So I came across this clip on TikTok, and it just kind of blew my mind. So thought let me just share it with you guys. It's madness. You're thinking you got a 9 to 5 job and you're secure, but watch this. Pay attention, man.
It's like the Matrix. You never really realize you're in the Matrix until you break out of the Matrix.
Fact.
And 19 Keys has said something, and I actually looked it up on YouTube, and it's actually true. Where they did a research study where they took flies and they put them in a jar, and they put a cap on a jar, and the flies obviously can only fly as high as the cap, the lid. When they took the lid off, they still only flew as high as the lid, even though the lid was off. That's interesting. But what's even more interesting is that when they had children, their children only flew as high as the invisible lid because they were already programmed that that's only as high as you can go. So, it's interesting, like so many different things when I think about it. And you probably don't even realize these things happen. But you ever heard like parents tell their children, like, you just played yesterday. You just had fun yesterday. You just had a party yesterday. Like you can only have fun one day out of the week. You can only have a party one day. Like I had a family, like I took my son to dinner in the city for his birthday. His birthday was on a Tuesday. And somebody said, like, well, why are you taking him to the city on Tuesday? Like, why don't you just take him on the weekend? And I'm like, well, because his birthday's on Tuesday. But that's the whole mentality of like, let's just wait till the weekend because we're working. And we got to get up. Like, I say that to say, you really have to break out of the middle class mindset because it's extremely detrimental. And the most dangerous thing that America ever did was create a middle class. Because when you create a middle class, you create some level of comfort because you're not in poverty, right? Mm-hmm. You're not in poverty. So you think that you actually are living the American dream, yet you're not. You're really not. And it's like that mindset is so detrimental because there's so many limiting factors that go into play here, right? Where it's like you got to wait till the weekend to do things. And you can only, like, you ever hear somebody say, like, you just came back from a trip. Why are you traveling so much? Well, why not? Well, why not? Why am I not traveling so much?
Work for.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why am I not traveling? It's a lot of these things that you have to be extremely careful of the kind of people that you're around because these kind of limiting words develop habits in your subconscious. And then you feel bad about it. You feel guilty about going on a trip. You feel guilty about going out 2 nights in a row. You feel guilty about going to the city on Tuesday. Like you start to like reel it back a little bit. Like, no, I'm doing too much. Let me pull back. But at the highest level, there's no limitations. And I'm speaking from firsthand experience because I see it. So when we in Dubai or Abu Dhabi on a Wednesday, nobody knows whether it's Wednesday or Saturday or Sunday. It doesn't matter.
It's just living life.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Nobody says it's 4:00 in the morning. What are you doing out? Nobody says it's 6:00. You have to get up. There's really no rules in life. At the highest level, there's no rules. Rules are only for middle class and poor people. Rich people don't have any rules. They make their own rules.